Hi, good morning everybody. Danielle here from Naturally at the Wrens Nest, coming to you live this morning from the studio in Heritage House. Hope you're all having a good Tuesday morning so far. It feels like Monday to me because I took a day off yesterday. Doesn't happen very often, but I took one off yesterday and it was lovely, although I did spend a lot of it cleaning my house. But it was still nice to take a day off. It has been an incredibly busy few months here at the Wrens Nest. So yeah, I need to be a bit better at taking some time off. But that aside, I'm here this morning to answer one of the questions that I get asked most often, and that is, are your products suitable for children? Simple answer, yes, they are. Now, obviously, I wouldn't be using products on very young children. They say that you shouldn't put anything on your child's skin other than water, up to I think 6 months of age. I think it's about 6 months, because the child's skin is developing its own natural biome and its own antibodies and all of that. So you're not actually supposed to put anything on a child's skin until they're at least 6 months old, other than water. So it always frustrates me when I see these ads for products, you know, where they're bathing their kids in Johnson's and all the rest of it, and that stuff is full of chemicals and full of nasty stuff, and in a lot of cases full of petroleum. Have a look the next time you're in the supermarket or Boots, and see just exactly, read the ingredients on the back of those products that are targeted at children and babies, and the majority of them, I would say 99% of what is available in the shops at the moment, is full of artificial ingredients, chemical ingredients, stuff that really you shouldn't be putting on your own skin, never mind your child's skin. So to answer the question, yes, my products are suitable for children, but I wouldn't recommend using them on children under 6 months. But once they hit about that age, they are suitable to use. Now, there are some products in my range which I will go through this morning, which are particularly good for kids. But as a whole, yes, my products are suitable. I don't use chemicals in my products. All my products are made with natural oils and butters, and they're all plant-based. The majority of my products are vegan too. There's only a handful, I think 3 items in total that aren't vegan. Everything else is vegan. So yeah, perfectly safe to use for your kids. Who's in this morning? Hey Leanne, how are you? Morning Rachel. So the one product that I would always recommend if somebody asks me for a product for children or young babies is the Beautiful Massage Oil. Hi Siobhan, how are you this morning? So this is the Beautiful Massage Oil. I have a lot of customers that use this for their children. There's also a Beautiful Body Butter, which comes in the tin. And the Beautiful range is a range that uses 3 essential oils: lavender, chamomile and rose. Chamomile is known as the children's oil because it's really safe to use with kids, and it's particularly good for lots of different childhood ailments. Chamomile is very good if you have a young child who's teething, to give them chamomile tea in their bottle. Or also if you have chamomile essential oil, to mix a drop of it with a little bit of sunflower oil and massage it into their jawline or in around the ears. You know, when kids are teething, their ears can get blocked as well. It's not just their mouth that's sore, it's this whole area. And if you massage a tiny little bit of chamomile essential oil in a drop of sunflower oil and just massage it in around here, it eases it. It's a pain relieving oil, so they will actually get relief from the pain. And as I said, drinking chamomile tea is really good as well. Hey Anna, how are you? So that blend of chamomile, rose and lavender is found in all my Beautiful range. So I have a body oil, I have the body butter, I have a face cream as well, and you'll find that blend in some of my soaps as well. But that one in particular is really good to have in the house if you have small children, and the reason being that you can massage it on after bath time. I started massaging Ella from a very, very young age. She's 10 now and she still likes every so often. It's getting less and less, but she still sometimes after her bath will come out and ask me to rub the body butter into her skin for her. There's just something incredibly relaxing for babies about massage, and it just gets them into it. It's a nice routine to have after their bath time in the evening, to massage an oil into their skin. It helps them unwind and relax. And it also signals to them that, you know, it's getting ready for wind down and bedtime. But again, it's the blend of chamomile, lavender and rose. Lavender, as we all know, is a really calming essential oil. It will help to soothe, it will help to just de-stress, it'll help them to wind down. If you have a very hyperactive child, this essential oil is a gift. So it's good for massage, but it's also good to put in their bath as well. You can put a squirt of that into their bath. But it's just that blend. It's a really potent blend, and the little bit of rose in there as well. Rose is a super calming oil, so if your children are particularly wired and just find it hard to wind down and switch off at the end of the night, using this in their bath or using it to massage into their skin will really, really help. I have quite a lot of people who are using it for hyperactive children and children that just, not necessarily hyperactive, I don't mean that in a bad way, I just mean kids that are wired and find it very hard to switch off at night time. You know, if you have a kid that's going to bed at night and lying awake for an hour and their mind is racing, this is what you need. It's that particular blend. Or even just get yourself a little bottle of lavender essential oil and put a little drop on either side of their pillow, put a little drop here on the front of their pyjamas. The other thing that I have done since Ella was a small baby is she has a little pouch of dried lavender underneath her pillow, you know, in between the pillow slip and the pillow. So that smell is there all the time. She gets into bed and it kind of wafts up around her. Yes, Leanne, I love that. I'm going to talk about Darcy shortly. So that's a really, really good blend, and it's a nice routine to get into with your children, that thing of wind down at the end of the day, especially when they're a bit younger. And I find that if you do these things while they're small, they develop a routine that they take with them when they're going as they get older, because I see is that even Ella now, she's 10, so she doesn't want me massaging her every night, but there are certain things that she does at night time before she goes to bed, and they usually revolve around something like this. So she has her little balm that she rubs into her head here, or if I see that she's had a particularly stressful or wired day, I'll get her to massage something into herself before she goes to bed. And it's not just the smells, it's that act of massage, you know, just rubbing your skin. It just helps. It's the same with ourselves, it just helps you to unwind. So that's the oil version of the beautiful blend. It's in a calendula oil base, and the calendula oil is very good for children that have, not just children, adults too, but children that have any skin problems. So things like very dry skin, or maybe a touch of eczema or psoriasis. Calendula oil is particularly good because it's anti-inflammatory, it's antibacterial, it's antimicrobial, so it helps to heal the skin. And that same blend of essential oils is in the body butter, but the base of this is shea butter and coconut oil and almond oil. So it's a little bit richer. I have a lady who orders a couple of these every few months from me, and she says her 2 children look for their massage at night every night before they go to bed, and they get covered in this before they go to bed. Can you imagine how well they sleep? So that's another one that's good to use for that massaging routine as well. Or as the kids get a bit older, give them a little pot of this and tell them to keep it in their bed. And if you're dealing with, as we are in our house at the moment, that age where she's starting to get a little bit older and wanting to do everything her way, and it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. It's still the odd tantrum or meltdown. I usually say to her, go into your room, turn on your music, get out your cream, and just rub it on your arms. Just put it on your arms and across your chest. And just that act of doing that, they don't even realise once they do that, the smell is there, and that's wafting up, they're inhaling it, and it just helps diffuse the situation. So that's that. Also then as well, as Leanne just mentioned, her daughter Darcy in particular loves the soaps. They visited at the weekend. We were here on Saturday morning for an event, and Leanne called in. Leanne's my cousin. She called in with the 2 kids, and it was so funny because they were only in the door and Darcy legged it to the shelf where all the soaps were. She was looking for her Black Magic soap. I had sent them some during the summer, and she was out and she said it was her favourite. But I was fascinated. She went through the shelf and she was smelling all the different soaps, and it was the ones in my workroom where there's no labels on them, and she could nearly tell me what each soap was. She knew all the smells. Kids are brilliant. You know, if you kind of let them do it themselves, they know exactly what they like, they know exactly what they need, because if they're If they're feeling particularly tired, they'll go for the more citrusy smells. Or if they're feeling wired, they'll go for the things that calm them down. But Darcy's amazing. She could tell you exactly what essential oils are in what soaps. But she loves Black Magic. She told me it's her favourite at the moment. Black Magic is the facial soap, but you can use it all over in the shower. And it's got a lovely blend. It's quite a herbal blend. There's lavender and tea tree, and there's some lemon in there, and there's a little bit of sandalwood, but she loves that one. But another one that's really good for the kids is this one, which is the signature soap. So the signature soap is my signature one. It was one of the first ones that I made. It's made with calendula oil, and it also has lavender and chamomile in it. So again, those oils that are really calming and really relaxing for the kids. So a good one to use in the bath at bedtime. But again, any of the soaps the kids will enjoy, and they're gentle enough to use on their skin, because all of my soaps are made with calendula oil, olive oil and coconut oil, and shea butter as well. So they're super moisturising. They're not going to dry out their skin, so they can use any of those. And as I said, if you let kids kind of choose their own smells, it always fascinates me what they tend to go for. So they would be the different products that are particularly good for children's skin. But any of the products in the range you can use on your child. Another one that is very popular, let me just grab it. If you have children in the house, is this one. It's good to have a pot of this. This is the, don't know if you can see it, the Clean Balm. So the Clean Balm is a multi-purpose balm. It can be used for taking off your makeup. It can be used for cuts and scrapes, for dry skin, kind of an owie fixer. So it's a really good one to have in the house if you have kids, but it's very, very gentle. Again, calendula oil is the base. There's some cocoa butter in there, so super moisturising, and there's no nasties in there. A lot of those creams that you find, that you would have in the house for cuts and scrapes, things like Sudocrem and Dettol and Germany and all of those, have a look at the back of them. The list of ingredients in there are not good. Something like that, have it in the house, it's handy. Or if you were one of the lucky ones that got the limited edition Yankee Doodle Balm during the summertime, that's an amazing owie fixer as well. I know a lot of people use that regularly. So that's another good one. So those would be the products that are good for the younger children. If you're looking... Oh, Anna says her son is all about lavender. Yes, lavender's great. I've quite a few male customers that just buy the lavender soap. So it's funny, isn't it? People tend to be drawn to what they need. So if you find your kids are drawn towards a particular smell, like ourselves, you're drawn towards what you need. And kids are very in tune with smells and things like that, because they don't have all the stresses of life that adults have in the same way. So they tend to be a lot more open to scent and things like that. And when you're putting essential oils in there, which is a natural smell and coming from plants and flowers and things like that, the kids are really good at picking out what they need. So always listen or watch your kids when they're looking or smelling things like that and see what they're drawn to. What did Anna say? Yeah, Yankee Doodle is our magic cream. It is. It's amazing. It's brilliant. And I have a lady as well down the country who finds it brilliant for her rheumatism. She gets terrible pains in her knees. And I remember her contacting me earlier in the year looking for it, and it's only a limited edition product. I only do it in June every year and I only make a small batch. But she was crying out for some because she found it great for her knees. But anyway, they were the products that I was talking about. For the younger kids. So if you're talking about then going into the older kids, so my daughter, as I said, Ella, is 10, and she's hitting that stage now where she's becoming more conscious of washing herself every day, things like that. And you have to kind of encourage them to get into a good routine as well when they hit that age. So at the moment she is using the Black Magic soap to wash her face. She alternates between that and the lavender soap, which again you can use to wash your face. She's washing her face every day with that. She also uses the deodorant every day. Now if you can get your son or your daughter, you just grab one. If you can get your son or your daughter starting out in their early teens using a natural deodorant, you are setting them up for life. I wish I knew all this stuff when I was a teenager. I remember putting awful stuff on my skin, Clearasil and all those things that would dry the hell out of your skin. This is one of the best things you can get your kids onto from a young age. So if you start your kids on that, from a young age, they'll be sorted. So it's a natural deodorant. So they're not putting any chemicals on their skin. Those aluminium-based deodorants they're doing a lot of studies at the moment, but they've been linked to breast cancer in women in particular. And men can get breast cancer too. So if you can start your young pre-teens and your teens using a natural deodorant, it's a fantastic thing to do for them. I have a new product coming shortly as well, which is a facial scrub, which will be good for the young teenage skin too. My own daughter is using the beautiful face cream every morning, and again, it's that same blend that's in the oil. It's the lavender, the chamomile and the rose. So a brilliant one to get them using from a young age, because it helps to keep their skin not only clean, but it's antimicrobial, antibacterial, so it will help if your children do get breakouts. It helps to keep that clear as well. So they would be good ones for the teens and the pre-teens. So that's the products this morning that are particularly good for the children. As I said, all of my products can be used for kids just once they're over the 6-month range, but there are ones that are particularly good for the younger kids, and that would be the beautiful range, the oil, the body butter, just lots of chamomile, lots of lavender, so really good to help them unwind, chill out, de-stress at the end of the day, and just get them into a good routine of using products that smell natural and that are natural. So they're going to be much, much better for their skin. They're not going to be starting at a young age loading their systems with chemicals and artificial ingredients, which do cause problems for the body. So hopefully that answered my question. Let me just have a quick look and see who's on. Hey Quillen, how are you? For bumps and bruises, yeah. The balm that I would use the product that I would use for bumps and bruises for the kids would be the Clean Balm. That one that I showed earlier. The other one that's also very good if you have kids that play a lot of sport is the K's Blend oil, which is one of these oils. You see it behind me here. It's the one with the pink label on it. It's called K's Blend. It has a blend of lavender, chamomile, again those essential oils, and lemon in there. So it's pain relieving and it's also anti-inflammatory. So if you have kids that play a lot of sports and they get a lot of bangs and knocks, that's a good one to have in the house as well, because it's pain relieving, but it also helps with swelling and inflammation too. Hey Terry, how are you? Terry loves the lavender too. See, that's what I said. Men love the lavender. They must be all very stressed and in need of some calming. But that's it, folks. If you have any other questions about particular products that you might want to use with your kids or for your children, put me a comment in the messages, or drop a message into the comments below and I will get back to you. But pretty much anything in my range can be used for children. But in particular, the Beautiful Blend is very good for them. So that's it. Any more questions before I pop off? No. So what I'll do is I will say goodbye. I will put the link in below for the Beautiful range so you can take a look at it in more detail on my website. And if you have any questions, just ask. Hope everybody has a great day, and I will chat to you all next Tuesday. Take care. Bye-bye.